Okay folks, a few things we figured out about this rear end. One thing is it is a Dana 60 for sure, and one way you can tell after doing some research is the cover actually goes around the housing of the rear end. If it was a 70, the housing would be taller, but the cover would basically be the same shape. I cleaned it, trying to find the BOM number, I think that's what it's called, bill of materials, and it would have shown us if just about everything about it, but I cannot find. I mean, I found what looks like some numbers, but it's just not clear enough that I'm ever going to get it cleaned off to read. And then this may actually be a 60 and not an 80, and I did find out it's a 410 gear. I'm sure this is not a positive unit. We're going to weld spiders anyway. Dana 60, you know, it's proven over the years. I mean, it should be plenty strong enough. And then the only thing that is going to be heavy, you know, we're going to have some heavy axles, but you know, everything on the out end is going to be heavy. We're probably going to do some disc brake conversion. And the way these drums go on to this hub is the studs actually push through and hold them on. And when you tighten the wheel down, it holds the drum out. So I can do away with this. I can come up with a disc brake rotor with a deep hat to bring it back this way, and which I know they're there. And I'm not necessarily going to need to be 8 lug. It can be anything. And we can either go from the inside of it and bolt it to this original hub, or we can go through the studs, just remachine the actual rotor. But we can go ahead and change this over to disc brake, which is not going to be an issue. So the only thing we're really going to have heavier and wider, you know, would be, or heavier than what, you know, a smaller rear would be, the actual hubs. And I know that's part of the rotating assembly, and it's going to rob some power, but you know, we're not really worried about that. Like I said, my whole goal is to use what we've got, and that's why we're doing it this way. And we're going to check the other rear. You know, we got a 410 gear here, and I may pull the cover off one of them other ones and show you. It's raining out here a little bit, so I'm trying to stay out of it the most I can. But anyway, so Dana 60, 410 gear. We're going to get this one around here, and because we're definitely going to use the hubs now. Dana 80, so everybody knows, the axle tubes are bigger, and they actually taper down smaller before they go into the brake backing plate mount. So you can spot them easy. They're a lot bigger than these rears. So, all right, let's go look at the other one. Okay, folks, now we're back on the equipment rear end I've got, which is also a Dana 60, but I think this is like the HD Dana 60. They made a bunch of different models of these. So we're getting ready to pull the pan off this one to hopefully be able to see what gear is in it. And I don't know if I'm going to be able, somehow I'm going to have to try to turn it to be able to get to it if we don't get lucky and it's right there on the ring gear when we open it up. So anyway, get this cover off and I'll show you. Okay, just off of a quick inspection. First, of course, it's not a posi unit, which I didn't figure it was going to be. Second, I don't know what ate in that thing, but boy oh boy, at one time something pretty major happened in there. But it's not a big deal because I've got another one right here. But I want to see what gear, and we're close. Matter of fact, 37.6. That may be what we're looking for. But the other rear out there, it is a 6/16 gear, and that was a 6-tooth pinion and a 37-tooth ring gear. So I think that's going to be a little bit too low, unless we're going to play with an 1/8 mile, which you never know. But anyway, that's our choice: 410, 6/16, and I've got the other rear there that I'm sure is a 6/16 also. But just wanted to tell everybody what I'm going to do. And because the 2 videos I put on last night, the 55 Chevrolet of Juniors and the one of working on the frame here, they both demonetized this morning. So I think I'm going to do what JC's suggesting. Some of the other people have put them on private, letting them stay on, and hopefully, you know, I know it sounds bad, but hopefully they'll demonetize them that way when they review them and put them back on, which has never been a problem to get them back on. But once they do that, then we can, I'll make them public.
So it might be, you know, a few days before I get another video on, but it's not the fact that I haven't made any. It's just the fact that I'm not going to do it and give them the satisfaction of making money off the videos that you know, because the ads are still there, and that's what gets me is they demonetize them. They still running the ads, so that means they're still charging the companies, but they're just not paying the YouTube, you know, creators. But anyway, we will. I got a dog walking past the tripod. Can't believe she didn't hit it, but we're going to keep on this project, and I'm probably going to use the rear end housing from the mower either way, just because it's a heavier rear end, and probably wouldn't matter. You know, might not ever need it, but the extra supports on it will, you know, ensure that we don't have any problems with it. And we're going to change this rear end style up a little bit, you know, so I'll be able to get the wheels and tires off. That would have, it'd have been funny, I guess, if we'd have built it and then couldn't get the wheels and tires off after we got it built. But anyway, you know, I know a lot of people, and I understand totally, you know, 9-inch would probably be the way to go with this. And, you know, the stuff's available out there gear-wise and everything else. And actually, a friend of mine's got a quick change rear that I could put in. I don't think it's a Franklin, it's probably a Winters, but, you know, I'm trying to do it with what we've got and just not spend any money, and that was the whole point of doing this anyway. So as bad as I want to go with a 9-inch, I'm going to stop myself from going with a 9-inch, just because I want, you know, we're going to go out to the junkyard, we're going to bring that rear end up here, and we're going to narrow it up, put it in there, and not spend any money. And we are going to do disc brakes on the back of it, and don't know what kind yet. I've got to find a vehicle that runs a tall hat on it. In other words, you know, it deep sets back in some. And it don't have to be real tall, so I'm sure I've got something around here that'll have it on it. You know, I'll search around. Something here is going to have, you know, something we can use. And either way, we'll get it figured out, and I'll get the videos rolling up. And you know, like I said, as soon as they get through playing with whatever the heck they're doing, I'll make it public where everybody can, you know, see them. And I hate it because I like. You know, when I get a record call, I like to go do it. I don't like to put it off. It just bothers me that, you know, there's something to do and it needs to be done. And I sort of feel the way with the videos. When I do them, I like to get them on and get it out of the way. That way I can move on to the next thing. And, you know, it kind of bothers me to wait like that. But, you know, that's just the way it's going to be. And I know a lot of people said stuff about Patreon, and I don't really want to do a Patreon. You know, my whole point of this is I don't want people to have to pay for the content. And honestly, you shouldn't have to pay for the content. And if you're going to pay for the content, you need to get a satellite TV or something, you know. But, you know, that's the whole deal with advertisers is their advertisements is out there, and then the people use the products, and you should, you know, they should be the ones paying for the content. And, you know, I don't want to do it that way. I mean, I don't prefer to do it that way. If it ever got that bad, I might would. But you know, that's not my preference. So we're going to keep it like it is for now, and you know, if anything changes, I'll let you know, and you won't have to hear me, you know, complain about any more monetizing and demonetizing and stuff, because I mean, I know, you know, if you're like me, when you go to watch a video, you go to watch the video for the content, not necessarily the complaining. And I don't mean to complain, but anyway, we're going to keep rolling on this thing and get her knocked out. So appreciate everybody watching. Till next time. Bye.